Hey everyone, Angela Langlotz, trademark and business law attorney here. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. I'm going to make sure that everything's going well on the live as I wait for people to show up. When you show up, give me a hey, let me know you're here. Send me a comment or a heart or a love or something like that. Let me know you're here. So I've been doing these lives for a while now, and I think people really like them. I have a lot of fun doing these every day. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, today I was in Costco buying a roast. Yeah, that's what you get to do when you work at home. You get to go buy roasts during the business day. Hey, Fred. And I walked by the barbecue section. You know, I don't know if you've all been to Costco, but oh, hey, Fred. Like my post here, it helps. Rob says you need to invent and trademark, that's patent actually, Rob. You need to invent and patent a driveway that doesn't gather snow. Ugh, my back is killing me. I'm so sorry to hear that, Rob, but actually they do have heated driveways. They just cost a lot of money, so most people don't do them. Anyway, back to my story. I was walking through Costco on the way to the meat section, and I happened to walk by this nice barbecue that they had out, and they had like the whole metal thing, and then they had the clay barbecue that looks like the big green egg, except it wasn't a big green egg. It was blue, right? It was blue. So I thought, that's interesting. And then I got to thinking, I wonder if big green egg has a trademark for the color green for barbecues. And then I thought, you know what? That would be a really good subject for today's live. We can go spy on big green eggs barbecues. What do y'all think? You want to come along? I'll share my screen. All right, well, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go say source. We're going to share the screen. And there we are. We are sharing the screen. Let me know if you can all see that. I hope you can all see that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit bigger and more interesting. What do y'all think? Thumbs up? Give me a shout and let me know. I can't see your comments right now. I think I kind of hid them. Let me make sure I have those windows open. Comments and reactions. Yes, there they are. Rob, can you see that okay? What's going on down there? Okay, so things are falling off my desk. It's chaos, I tell you, chaos. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to spy on other people's trademarks, starting with Big Green Egg. So here I am at uspto.gov. This is where the patent and trademark geeks like to hang out. And I'm going to go search the trademark database. It's called TESS. Trademark Electronic Search System. So I'm going to click on that. I think it's slowed down a little bit. I think I'm taxing my computer a little bit with this Facebook Live. Okay, so we're going to go search the trademarks, right? Now, I don't know who owns the Big Green Egg trademarks, but I do know that Big Green Egg is one of their trademarks. So if I can find the trademark, then I can also find the owner. Here's how. So we're going to do a basic word mark search, right? And I'm just going to type in Big Green Egg. You can see I kind of already tried this out. And it's a combined word mark. That's what we're going to search. You can search a number of things here. You can search the owner name and address, the serial or registration number, or the combined word mark. And that's what I'm going to search. And I'm going to tell it to contain all search terms. Because if I tell it to, I could also say the exact search phrase as well. But Big Green Egg is broad, and it'll get me any mark that says Big Green Egg in it. If I say, if I use the word or, big or green or egg, it's going to return a bazillion registrations and applications because it's going to search for any mark that has big or green or egg in it. And, you know, that's just too many. I already know exactly what I want to find. So I'm going to submit the query. Ta-da! Here we are. Big Green Egg. So this is kind of interesting. There are 6 records here. Some of them are live and some of them are dead. The dead mark is either a mark that didn't get a registration because there was some problem with it, or because it was abandoned and the filing was never finished. Excuse me. Or, do I have anything in my big ass mug? I have nothing. I have nothing in my big ass mug. Clearly something is wrong. I need an assistant to bring me coffee. Or it could be dead because it was registered and then not renewed. So you need to file renewal documents at the 5-year period and the 10-year period, and if you don't do that, your mark will go abandoned, okay? So let's see what we can find out about this. We've got this big green egg grill. We know that this is not issued yet because it has a serial number but no registration number. So every application gets a serial number upon application, but you only get a registration if that application actually matures into a registration, okay? So we know that they just applied for this because it doesn't have a registration number yet and it's live, right? So in fact, okay, so this one we know they applied for it and it's dead. They never got the registration, so something must have happened with that application to make it go dead, right? This one's dead, but it has a registration number, meaning that it actually did mature into a registration, but for some reason, it died. So let's go look at Big Green Egg Grill, just for giggles. Okay, so what can this tell us? This tells us a lot. So what we know is they applied to register Big Green Egg Grill for restaurant services. How interesting. So apparently Big Green Egg is planning to open a restaurant. Isn't that interesting? The current filing basis is 1B. What does that mean? It means that they're not actually using the mark in commerce yet, but that they have a bona fide intent to use the mark in commerce at some point in the future. Is anybody watching this? Okay, so I've got at least some people watching it. All right, what else? What else can we figure out from this? I'm going to refresh this page and see if there are any additional peeps watching. Okay, I have 3 peeps watching. Hey. All right, what else do we know about this? There are some prior registrations claimed. So Big Green Egg has some prior registrations. I'm sure they're listed here for Big Green Egg. At some, for some Big Green Egg in something. All right. And then we have this disclaimer. This is pretty common. If you have words that are not distinctive in your mark, you're going to be asked to disclaim those by the examiner. So this says no claim is made to the exclusive right to use grill apart from the mark as shown, which means that they can't stop anyone else from using the word grill with restaurant services, but they can stop anyone, assuming this matures into an actual registration, they can stop anyone from using Big Green Egg Grill. All right, so why don't we go back to the list? Now we can also forward through the list just by going next doc, right? So we can go to the next doc. This is number 2. This is Big Green Egg for barbecues, smokers, and grills, okay? Standard character mark has been registered for a while, and have they filed their renewal? Yes, they have filed their renewal. How do we know? Because it's live and it's more than 6 years old. Your registration, your first registration, is due between year 5 and year 6. So we can tell they've filed their Section 8, that's their renewal, and their Section 15, which is their declaration of incontestability. We can talk about that later. But what I really wanted to find out was, who's the owner of Big Green Egg, and do they have a registration for the green color for barbecues? That's what I really wanted to find out, because I thought about this while I was walking by the Big Blue Egg, and you couldn't use the Big Blue Egg either, because that would be confusingly similar. But here is the owner. The owner is the Big Green Egg Inc. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go back to Tess home. I'm going to do another word search. And this time I'm going to search for the owner, right? So I'm going to search for the Big Green Egg. I'm going to say, give me the owner name and address, and submit the query. Okay, so here's what we found. We found that they have 32 records that are owned by the Big Green Egg Inc. of Atlanta, Georgia. Some of them are alive and some of them are dead. The dead ones sometimes are illustrative because it gives us an insight sometimes into what the trademark examiner likes and doesn't like. Anyway, okay, let's go look and see what they have. Let's see what they have that's not a word mark, right? Because a color would not be a word mark. It would be not a word mark. It wouldn't exactly be a design mark either, but let's go have a look and see if they have claimed an exclusive right to use green on barbecues. How do we do that? How do we know which ones aren't word marks? Well, when we look down the list, the ones that don't have a word next to them are the design marks, right? So let's go have a look at this one because there's no word mark there. So we know it can't be a word mark or else there'd be a word. Here we go. This is a design only. Oh, this is brilliant. I love this. I'm so glad I was inspired to look at this because this is a very interesting case study. What they have registered as a trademark is this design. They have a design trademark here for barbecue smokers and grills, and it was first used in 1974. Wow. Okay. So, here it is. Here's the mother lode. The colors green are claimed as a feature of the mark. The mark consists of the color green. Da 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 da, we found it. They do have the exclusive right to use green for barbecues. Brilliant. The mark consists of the color green applied to a three-dimensional configuration of a Kamado-style grill and smoker. The dotted lines depicting the shape of the goods and other features of the grill, such as the temperature gauge, vent, and dimple texture, indicate placement of the mark on the goods and are not part of the mark. Well, this is kind of interesting. Let's go see what they actually filed. Now, this was filed in 2014. We should be able to see what they filed as a specimen. So let's go in. This is how we look at the documents. This is pretty interesting. So here's what we have. We've got the application, the drawing, and the specimen, right? So if you're going to have a design mark, you have to submit a drawing. Let's go look at their drawing. Here's their drawing. So this just shows their design mark. So green is a design of sorts. Indicating that the ceramic outside is green. Gosh, I love this. This is really fun. And here's their specimen showing how they're using it. This is the actual barbecue with the green. It also says big green egg featured prominently. That's another one of their marks. So there you have it. Big green egg is actually the exclusive user of green on barbecues. And if anyone else tries to put green on their barbecues, they're going to get sued for trademark infringement by Big Green Egg, who probably has a big green pocketbook as well in order to chase down and persecute naughty infringers who dare to make green barbecues. And with that, I think I'll sign off. You can find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net. Like my page and you'll find out every single time I go live. And feel free to send me in the comments any questions you might have and I will answer those on a future Facebook Live. But for now, I am going to be signing off until tomorrow. I will be back here, same place, maybe not at the same time, same place with more trademark talk and insights.